epic showdown is starting things off with Clash Champs, starting with a Lalo attack. We have a Skelly Bad Donut for an Inferno Tower Clan Castle. Then a couple of bats went to the Bomb Tower. I don't think that's the main target. Multi-Inferno Tower is going down, and the Clan Castle going next.
Yeah, that's right, and it really is an epic battle, as Castro is the player from Clash Champs that has been rocking the highest offense stats throughout the year. While on the other hand, General X is the main base builder for Repotted Gaming, so I'm sure that he is running one of their strongest bases, and also one that they have specifically prepared for this opponent. But the question is, have they prepared it for this specific attacker as well? So far, the entry that Castro is choosing here is looking quite good, as the Monolith has been tanked for a long time.
That's right, but the King, oh wait, the King is going to the wrong compartment. The King was supposed to get that scatter, and the Queen at least is going for the tower. That is good news. Bad news though is that defending Queen staying up, and the Jade Trap is not making things any better.
No, that's right. I mean, the Town Hall is down, as he said. That is the good thing, but this King now getting stuck in this opponent. He didn't get any of the value Castro intended. So this 12 o'clock compartment he is going to have to finish in the end of his attack, as he's coming in with the Lalo from the 6 o'clock side.
That's right, and we have just talked about how important it is to sometimes approach your attack slow. But with having a back and reloading Rage Tower, I'm not sure if slow is the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But I feel like these, I don't really think that the players take that into account, because the time that it needs to recharge there, I think he can barely make it with a Lalo through a whole base to do that. But apart from the Rage Tower, the defenses themselves, especially the enemy Queen, look quite scary anyways. But now he's making his way into this final compartment, and you're right, so far the Rage Tower has not been recharged, so maybe he can take it down. Yes, it goes down, so I think he's overwhelming the rest of the base. He can do it, sending in a couple more balloons to the air defense, and it is done! Castro takes out General X's base, and they start off with a triple.
What an incredible attack, and what makes it even more mind-blowing was the last freeze. Freezing the Multi-Inferno Tower and the Rage Tower, and giving him this few couple of really important seconds. Rage Tower not able to shoot again, and this means he's getting that first 3-star for his team. And so far, with Clash Champs starting with a 3-star, let's call it this way, their success rate was pretty good in this tournament so far, and we have them doing exactly that yet again.
Yeah, and we can hear the fans cheering here. That's exactly what they were expecting and hoping to see from Castro, the first player for Clash Champs. And you know, they stick to what they have been doing so far, as we see the post sets here. So far they have had 10 attacks in this tournament, 9 of them were 3-stars, and this now was the next 3-star to that list.
That's right, it is just really, really strong what their offense is looking like so far. But we know Repotted is good on defense. Can they keep up with the offense of Clash Champs? This is the big question. Most of you said that Clash Champs being the favorite. So the question is it going to happen? Let's find out.
And once again, it's going to be Emir kicking things off for Repotted Gaming. And he's coming in with 2 clone spells. That means that he's going to use either an Super Archer Blimp or a Super Minion Blimp. Does any compartment stick out to you, Itsu, that could be where he wants to send this Blimp?
I mean, as I'm seeing the first warning, the first side of the warning getting prepared, I would guess that he's trying to land on top of the Eagle or in the Rage Tower area, one of those two. He's even investing a double freeze, because he says, this blimp is getting so much. Okay, well, even with the, it's a Super Minion blimp and not the Super Archers, which we would have expected.
Yeah, that is insane. He was a slight bit late with the first invis, so let's hope he improves on that. But the value so far, I mean, it's quite good, but he definitely needs those 2 multi-infernos. So let's see if he freezes in time. He also wants that Eagle Artillery. Okay, so he chooses to freeze between them. Has a couple of Super Millions on low health, but can they get the multi-inferno? No, they are distracted by the CC as well. But on the good side, he has triggered that Rage Tower.
That's right, but again, it is reloading. At this right side, we have the 2 X-bows. Possibly raged up with that tower nearby. The Titan is doing quick work of those defending headhunters with the King now closing in. And he has to make sure that he's going all the way to the town hall with this push. And then he still needs an answer for this right side, where I feel like those two tests are messing things up because he has saved 4 loons. They can't really be used there now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. It seemed like there would only be ground defenses, or mostly ground defenses there in the area where he started his attack in, but now the Teslas are messing things up for sure. Now let's see if he can get the Town Hall down, because at that point that is the most important, most crucial thing to do. Might have to use the King ability. There it goes. King plus Raged Up Barbarians shooting away at the Town Hall, and it goes down indeed. Now has to get through this monolith, hopefully, but at the same time, things are going crazy at the right side, but the loons are already down.
That's right, but he only sent in 2 of those loons, which means, well, maybe he can still support his troops there. The town of poison still up, so the Queen is about to enter that kind of danger zone with the multi-phone tower staying up. What? Yeah, Raged Up Expos are completely fine. What was that?
Where did that damage come from? I think it was actually the crossbow shots, but I think he used the 2 balloons also to trigger the Rage Tower, but now the Rage Tower has run out, but still the Royal Champion had to run into the enemy King. So especially with that Queen ability, or Queen die. Yeah, well, 4 Skelly Traps, that's no good news for a Royal Champion.
Oh my god, they're having a party right there. So many skeletons got invited, and that Royal Champ has not get the memo. That is really unfortunate for her, because she is going down, and technically that is going to be below 90% in Clash Champs, claiming that early lead.
Yeah, they went trick-or-treating on that Royal Champion hard, and Emir is falling short. And as the time is running out, so are his troops. An 88% 2-star is where he finishes, which gives Clash Champs the lead after attack number 1.
That's right, 1 star and percentage is everything what Clash Champs had, and that was just the first attack. And can they keep going? Because this is what I feel like made them so strong in those matches so far. They were most of the time, I think, the first team to attack, which means if you can put up this pressure on this stage to the other team, it just feels like so hard to somehow be on the other side, because the only thing what you can do is only always tie your opponent up, and they always take the lead.
Yeah, that's right. And of course the momentum, the pressure on the stage, and all of that plays a role for these players as well, even though they are both World Championship experienced teams. But I think that the answer to who will win really lies in the base designs here. Reported Gaming have been held down a couple of times, but still made it on defense. So let's see if they can hold down Clash Champs as they're ready for their next attack.
Champs is in, and we have the next attack. It seems like yet again Clash Champs are going for Lalo. We still know Lalo is just so good in the hands of the pros, and there's only a few of those top teams still consistently use it, but they make this tech just look so easy when we all know it is clearly not. A couple of moves to trigger that Rage Tower early on is massive for him, as those rage effects are slowly running out, and we have just seen the other attack, how strong Rage Up defenses can be, with even taking down Queens through her ability.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to see if maybe Reported Gaming have predicted this specific entry. There's a Tesla popping already, but so far no skeleton traps. Maybe there will be some in the multi-compartment to make sure that this King doesn't get any additional value, but we have to wait and see where it passes. At the same time, the lock launcher is opening pretty much all of the walls, maybe one more lock shot, and yes, all the walls are down, but there is a tornado trap, and that will slow down this King push a little bit.
That's right, and troops are getting rotated away from the Rage Tower, so the Rage Tower for now stays alive. Yeti might take it down. Queen, with her ability, take down the defending Royal Champ. His own Royal Champ is on the charge as well, taking down the Scatter next. And that skeleton spell is going to protect his heroes from the dangerous monolith on defense.
That's right, and I think that he still had enough value there with his heroes and is now going into the town hall. But this seems to be the heavily trapped compartment with a Tesla farm inside. At the same time, Royal Champion, can she take out the Monolith? No, but the Balloon can. Warden ability has already found the Tornado Tap already on in the attack, so cannot find it here anymore. And as he comes into the last compartment, this looks like the next phenomenal, overwhelming Lalo attack from the Clash Champs. Patolino with more than 1 minute on the clock has done it again.
It is just so impressive. Everyone at home who has ever tried a Lalo attack, you know how hard it is, but they just make things look so easy. And take a look at that, Maxi. They have predicted a hero dive, but instead, Clash Champs switching it up. First attack was a Town Hall dive. Second attack, Town Hall far side. And they have predicted the exact wrong side base building wise. And those ground skeletons did nothing compared, for example, to the attack of REPOTTED, where the base builder baited the Royal Champ completely.
That's right, on the negative side. On the positive side, though, if I were REPOTTED Gaming, I would now say, okay, we actually predicted the right approaches to the bases. It's just that on both bases, they decided the opposite way, because you can never protect any approach, any entry into a base. But they had, like, the general idea for REPOTTED Gaming was good. So they can hope that at another try for Clash Champs, they will have predicted the right entry.
That's right, but at the same time, they need to now deliver on offense, because at this point, Clash Champs, 2 attacks in, 2 3-stars already, and this is now REPOTTED's time to shine. Can they make it? Let's find out.
Thumbs up and claps to the audience from General X, our next attacker coming in for REPOTTED Gaming. And he's bringing 2 clone spells once more. It's another diamond-shaped base, so let's see if he comes in with the same approach. Warden ability with a couple of loons into the Eagle, sending in a blimp into a central compartment. So far, yeah, the rocket balloons come in, and he's probably going to come in with another super minion blimp, I think, at this point.
Yeah, it looks like it. The good thing about the Super Minion Blimp is they typically need less spells, so he can invest this double freeze. But is the Blimp quick enough? The Sweeper is not quick enough, and this means the Super Minions are getting close to those multi-inferno towers. They're now all about taking down everything. But wait a second, the Sweepers pushing the Super Minions out of the town, like out of the invisibility. But has he gotten all the value he was looking for? Because Bilderhat Inferno Tower, quite a few defenses left standing.
That's right, and this time he didn't want to get as far into the base as last time, but I still feel like he did not get the value he wanted. Exactly as you pointed out, the Super Minions got pushed back a little bit, and also some of them followed some Clan Castle troops there that were pulled earlier on. Luckily, the Rage Spell Tower was activated, so now his hero push does not have to face it as they come into this scatter shot compartment. But really, it seems like so far, Clash Champs have kind of predicted these entries in a way. I don't really know how, but the Tesla farms there around the Eagle compartment were always perfect to distract the Super Minions.
I feel like just with those Rage Tower setups, this is what REPOTTED then felt like is the best counter to that. But so far, I'm not sure if it's even baited or if it's just that the entries are not working, because the Sweeper, they have not baited that. The Sweeper was just there and not flying far enough into the base. But can those heroes now get the value around the tunnel as they're slowly charging in? X-Bow is next, but the tunnel is still around that corner. And the Queen, is she going for the gold storage? Yes, she is. And that is massive for him.
That really is, and so was that the Electro Titan with the help of the Phoenix popped the Hound, so the Electro Titan's aura could actually take out all the lava pups at once. Now the Town Hall takedown is secured with that Queen ability used in time, but there's still so much base left standing, and also General X's time is running out. Only 45 seconds for more than 30% of the base. We know that Super Barbarians are quick to take out buildings on the outside, but they have a hard time to get into the base, and the Clash Champs fans are cheering for the defense here, and we see that General X is not happy about this, and this could be a colossal defense for Clash Champs going into the remainder of this match.
I feel like it's always the same thing. On the back end, there are those skeleton traps, and they are really messing up with the Royal Champs of Repotted. Such a good base building right there from Clash Champs, and keeping Repotted still far away from their only even first 3-star.
That's right. So we keep on talking about Repotted Gaming's defense here, and their skills are there without any question. Everyone knows that. But at the same time, Clash Champs have held back Tribe Gaming to 13 stars and Super BLTX to a 12-star defense. So that means that their bases have also proven to be incredibly strong. And yeah, they're proving it time and time again. Just now against the Repotted Gaming players.
That's right, but we just hear word that the next attacker is ready, and that's from Clash Champs. So let's take a look if they can get their third 3-star. We see the attacker getting ready. This time around, Mac is the defender. And we see another Lalo attack. At this point, Clash Champ just says, hey, you can try to test our Lalo, we are just better at those hero dives. And so far, they were so right with this. We have the first couple of lightnings hitting that Inferno Tower and taking the first out of 3 Inferno Towers down.
But we already found 2 Teslas as well. That means that the entry into this compartment could have been predicted. And if Repotted Gaming stacked their Skelly spells there, like in the bases before, there could be 2, 3, or even 4 Skelly traps awaiting Leo's heroes there. So let's see how the push can go, as his king is already getting a lot of fire early on.
That's right, and there's exactly the skeleton trap you were talking about. The Queen is getting lured into that compartment as well. That is not the plan. The Queen was supposed to get the Town Hall. And depending on how good he can react, this is now the question. I mean, yes, this entry maximum was baited. Because take a look at that. 3 out of 4 skeleton traps have been triggered, I think, or even already 4. And now he has to somehow turn this around.
Wow, and Rage Trap defense is shooting away at the Queen. That killed her off so quickly, so I wonder what he's trying to achieve with this Royal Champion now. Maybe he just wants to go around the Town Hall and then later on use the Stone Slammer that he's already chosen there down at the Troop Bar to take out the Town Hall. But there are also more Teslas, maybe even Red Mines or Black Mines. That's why he's sending in a balloon and a second balloon as well to tank for those. Yeah, well, the baby dragon was able to lure actually 2 seeking air mines. The king is still alive, but that's no problem for the Stone Slammer. And because the expo is right next to the Town Hall, it also would have activated the Town Hall by itself. But at the same time, Leo's time is running out, so he has to start the Lalo, and that's what he's doing it. So
that's right, getting into that last scattered compartment into the last Rage Tower area, which is raging up quite a few defenses. The one Inferno Tower has been taken down early on, which means that at least not a threat anymore. And there comes the defensive flank castle. Triple Ice Golem, which is typically not the biggest threat to any Loon attack. And for now, this is looking like a solid save. Like, what is going on here? We have the Loons closing on onto the last compartment. We have the bomb tower going down next. And with that freeze, he is getting ready for another celebration, another 3-star. If that time is enough, the defending king is still up there, 30 seconds. And Triple Ice Golem. Now everything comes down to how those troops split. At this point, you can see already player is just spectating, and I don't think he looks that happy because time is ticking in 20 seconds. I mean, those Loons are no race cars, and I think this is going to finish in the time trial.
Yes, and that's exactly what Repotted Gaming needed. It is also not the highest percentage. I mean, over 90, don't get me wrong, that's a great attack. It was a great effort by Leo, just the time holding him back from 3-starring the base, but it is close to the fails that Repotted Gaming had. So they still have the hope of coming back into this war. But after we have seen 2 3-stars from Clash Champs in their first 2 attacks, Repotted Gaming really need to step up their game in that regard now.
That's right. We have the post-attack stats with 91%, and that's more percentage than both of the 2-star attacks we have seen from Repotted, and they yet have to claim the first 3-star, and this is what they're here for. This next attack has a triple, otherwise this is spelling disaster for them in this match, as the pressure would be still on them, and they need to get rid of that. And They are next.
Fantastic, getting ready, and his attacks have been enjoyed by so many viewers, and that's why we hear some cheers in the audience as he's getting ready to drop his first troops on this attack that appears to be a Zap Lalo as well. So beat them with what they are bringing to the table as well. We see, interestingly, a poison spell tower, and more interestingly even, Tim takes it out early on, even though we know that rage towers are usually the strongest spell towers in the hands of those pros.
That's right, and we have heard already from the pros the last couple of days that apparently some player had like activated the wrong bases and stuff, because if I remember correctly, this is one of the first couple of bases not using a double rage tower setup, and even looked like the Birat was switched with that spell tower, but Fantastic says, not with me, I would just take that out. As the Expo thinks the same thing about that attacking Queen, because there is a lot of damage on that Queen, and the value for that Queen is limited. There goes the Queen ability, and we see already him shaking his head. He is not happy with how things are going.
Yeah, I mean, the Queen ability was timed perfectly, so she wouldn't die to all the lava puffs already spitting fire on her, but that also, okay, he really wants that value there, so he sends in a Valkyrie. The Unicorn is trying to negate the damage that the multi does, but then the Valkyrie gets sprung away. Wow, what is happening? This is not going Tim's way.
It is not indeed, and we have seen him over the last couple of days dominate with his attacks. There we have the Ice Golem start with some Lalo troops. We have the Blimp now into the tunnel direction. The first Black Knight was countered with that Warden ability. And there's still a lot of phase left, and he's going right into the first Rage Tower, the only Rage Tower.
Yeah, I think he might have wanted to take out that ground expo so he could send the Royal Champion for both of the remaining multi-infernos, but I think now he's just being patient and will send the Royal Champion from the right side as soon as that Rage Tower runs out. And I think that he can have a good chance there, because she will take on that ground power right away with the stun of the Diggy, but there are Skelly traps down there at the same time. The Lalo is thinning out at the top side, Itsu. This is not going his way still, and I don't think that he's got it. Look at the Royal Champion health being dropping, and she already uses her ability.
That's right, the traps of Clash Champs were just on point in this match. The scanner says no, those balloons do not get any further, and this looks like another defense for Clash Champs.
Yes, even the ground bows are still up, and they both do some deathly damage onto the Royal Champion. I think we can see that there's not much standing there. When we look at the air targeting defenses, there's just a Wizard Tower and one Scatter Shot with the two Builder Huts who don't do that much damage, but the Royal Champion would have been a huge threat later on. So it was a bummer that he could not do what he intended with this attack, and it's going to be another 2-star in the 80s. That is definitely not what you need to overcome a offense-strong clan like Clash Champs.
That's right, and this means the fail, if you want to call it that way, of Clash Champs. The 2-star attack of Clash Champs was still higher percentage-wise of every single 2-star attack of REPOTTED so far. Clash Champs in full control after 3 attacks each. They have a 2-star lead, and they're up next to put up even more pressure if they can climb another 3-star.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We see the post-attack stats here, just 85%. I think it was a great plan once again, but unfortunately it was well predicted by the base builders from Clash Champs. So now the situation is as follows. If Clash Champs get another 3-star, that means that REPOTTED Gaming cannot get as many 3-stars as they already have anymore. So it would mean that Clash Champs only need a 2-star in the last remaining attack. So things are looking very, very well for them. So let's see what they can bring to the table.
And we have Loop in with the Super Dragons. We have a couple of invisibility spells. The question is it going to be a Blimp near the Town Hall? And it looks like, yes indeed. It's going to be Super Minions, or is it going to be another Electron? We will see. And we have, well, a Blizzard it looks like. We have not seen those too often. The Super Wizards inside that Blimp making quick work of the Town Hall, of the Monolith, and even of the defending King, with taking elephants out as well. I mean, that value is looking already great.
Yeah, the only thing he did not get was the Clan Castle troops lured out, but other than that, this value was insane. And given that you can easily defend, usually, these super wizard blimps, it shows that once again, Clash Champs chose an entry that REPOTTED Gaming were not expecting. So now, the reign of the super dragons is coming into play through this base, but 3 of them are already taking a little bit of a path towards the south side. Let's see if Loop can use a valuable Warden ability through the core of the base.
Oh no, this is not the worst Clan Castle for him. He has to face a lot of super minions, and those dragons are out of range of the Warden Aura or the Warden ability. There goes another freeze, who is really good with those spells protecting the super dragons. And there comes the first hero, which is the Queen, to support the super dragons and push them back into the middle of the space.
Yeah, and even worse, they get out of the... so their pathing changes, so they did not go to the multi-inferno anymore, even though Loop invested a free spell there. So far this attack is not looking as if it's going, you know, the way he planned it to be, but still the heroes are so strong, so they might be able to overpower what is left standing of that base.
Yeah, and it really depends again on those defending traps. Skeleton traps are just so good versus those attacking heroes, stalling them for so long. The offensive skeleton spell is trying to distract those defenses, but there we have these skeleton traps again on the back end. Royal Champ is kept busy, making sure that the Inferno Tower has a couple of more seconds of taking damage. First the Royal Champ versus Diggy and the attacking King. There goes the freeze. Can you still pull this through? Royal Champ and Queen ability is still left.
Yeah, what was very important here was that he took out the Rage Spell Tower just before it was able to recharge. So with the help of the Queen... Oh, I think he's got it. If time doesn't become an issue, the Queen has her ability left. That means she will be able to take out all the remaining defenses there at the bottom side. The question is, can the Royal Champion be taken out early enough by the defenses so she cannot deal any more damage? Because then there is too little damage for all of the buildings that are remaining.
And especially using the Queen ability early to spawn those additional archers to speed up every single second. This could make a difference in the end. Those archers, don't underestimate them. If you're spawning them, they can deal quite a bit of damage. You can see him not celebrating, but like going and talking with his teammates, but it's not going to be enough in the end. It's a defense, but yet again, such a high percentage defense.
That's right, and we could see, as Itsu pointed out, Selenio there over Loop's shoulder, doing some spotting there to maybe call him exactly that what you just pointed out, to use the Queen ability early, as there were no more defenses to take out that archers that helped him be quick. But it wasn't quick enough in the end, just 3 buildings short of the maybe war-winning 3-star that leaves the door open just that tad bit that REPOTTED Gaming might need.
I mean, we appreciate that as viewers to have the match being interesting for a couple of more seconds, because now everything relies on REPOTTED. They have to still claim their first 3-star, and if they cannot do that with that next attack, it's pretty much the same as Clash Champs would have just 3-starred their last attack. So, REPOTTED, the eyes are on them. Can they 3-star? Can they get it done? Cameras on Mac. Is he going to be the next to attack? Is he going to have the faith in his hands for the team? We will find out, because we're going into the next attack.
Mac is in with the Queen Charge Lalo. The attack order has basically been the same through most of the attacks that REPOTTED Gaming played, so we will see Teamper one more time last, but this is not going well. It's a wow. This entry is so trapped, so Mac loses his Queen ability early on. As I was still talking about the attack order, within the first 10 seconds, things went south so quickly, so we have to wait and see if he can still pull it off. The Black Mine there being pulled by the Coconut Bloom was nice, and now the Blimp can make it to the Town Hall. That is good, so maybe he can take that out in time, but that multi is already on the healer, so he decides to freeze, which I think was the right call.
That's right, and now it's getting taken care of those Yetis. Where can they go next? Can they do even the Clan Castle? That would be great for him. But except losing the Queen ability, everything still looks okay, but on total 15, losing like a second life for your Queen can be problematic, especially if you're charging into those ranged up defenses. King is doing his thing, trying to tank for the queen, the scatter, but the queen is closing in onto the high damage area.
That's right. Luckily, so far, the King is still tanking the Expo and the scatter shot there that are raged up. But, ooh, this Clan Castle with the Rage of Defense on her will be a big threat to her health. We cannot see it because the rocket balloons are on top of her. But she is running low. I'm sure he makes her invisible. And that was great because he also turns the Hound invisible. But can she do the scatter shot out in time? Yes, she can. But is he investing even more? Yes, he's investing a Rage. Can pop the Hound. But there's still damage onto that Queen. Even the Eagle Artillery shooting away at her. He can keep her alive, but how long can he do it?
This is just crazy how he's keeping that queen alive, but at this point, it's nearly no spells left. But this Expo has to go down at the top side because this would mean less damage on the queen, but the queen is down. And this is now all about the Lana, or is it going to be the 4th defense for Clash Champs in a row?
Yeah, it seemed like he wanted to get extreme value out of that queen, but the defenses were doing stupendous damage on her, and he didn't get a chance to keep her up. And then, like, he tried to concentrate on 2 things at the same time, and it just didn't work out as his Lalo did not get through the base. And we can see the disappointment in his face there at the bottom side, as he knows they have not reset in any single attack out of 4 attacks, while Clash Champs have already got 2 3-stars in the bag. So with just a 2-star closing it out, they can now secure the victory. So not the 3-star that they needed.
That's right, they had to get that 3-star. And yet again, another defense, percentage-wise, which is impressive. I mean, getting even a defense below 90% is a crazy accomplishment on this level. But Clash Champs has done this 4 times back to back to REPOTTED, and they are reading their minds, it looked like. And now Clash Champs, they have the chance to finish this match because they have their last attack then, well, happening really soon.
Yes, and even though we have talked about REPOTTED Gaming's defenses so much, we know, and we said it several times, their offense is usually very strong as well. So this is not how it usually goes for them. So once again, kudos to those bases that Clash Champs brought. And it seems like they have not been preparing for just 1 or 2 matches going into that tournament. They prepared to go through it all the way into the finals. And if they can get there, will be decided in this last attack that is ready now.
Attack of Selenia with a lot of Super Barbarians. It looks like another blimp, because we see quite a few additional spells. It should be a Super Minion, maybe another Super Wizard blimp. We will find out as the troops are slowly... Wait a second, that is a Super Ultra blimp. I did not expect that one because where is he going to clone? Just on the same spot, but what exactly is the value he's looking for?
Probably, at least the Monolith and the Ground Expo, but maybe even the Rage Tower if he can get it. And also the Clan Castle lure can come in handy later on in the attack. He doesn't get the Rage Tower, but Itsu at the same time he triggers it, so that means that its Rage effect will run out in just a couple of seconds. And seeing the funnel troops on the right side, it seems that he wants to go into this right-hand multi-inferno compartment with his heroes in order to take out the defenses there and the enemy Royal Champion. So that Electro Titan was a great addition here, as it helped the Queen take care of the Lava Pups after she was able to pop that Lava Hound. Now the Royal Champion is the next target, and after that it's the defenses within this compartment. This push is looking extremely strong so far. Selenia has also invested a couple of Super Barbarians on the outside to keep his troops funneled in there, but look at that, he's got 4 Super Wall Breakers in the mix as well.
Yeah, he has quite some things planned with those wall breakers. The first one is getting sent in to get that Queen further into the core of the base. Wall break not happening perfect because this means the Queen is locked out of that Eagle compartment. The question now is, where's the next wall break happening? It's at the multi-inferno tower. There's more wall breaks coming in, but this Queen now is completely separated from the main push, and there is giant bombs. Those wall breakers won't make it anywhere now.
That is not ideal indeed, but he's got the Queen ability, he's got the Royal Champion ability, and with this building, he passes the 50% threshold, giving him the 2-star and getting Clash Champs the victory. So they are the first team moving on to the Grand Finals!
That's right, Clash Champs have done it, but can they push even further? I mean, at this point, they are not happy with just the save 2-star. They want to push it further. The Royal Champ with her ability and an invisibility spell and a free spell still left. Quite a few of those Super Barbarians can be still placed to support her. And take a look at that Warden. He's just saying, hey, 1 versus 1 me defenses, I would take on anyone.
Yeah, at this point, I don't. Okay, it seems like Selene, he's not celebrating yet. He's still concentrating, trying to get as far as possible. But the problem is he lost the Diggy, and that can be a huge problem because he cannot be able to have a freeze effect on that or stun effect on that scatter shot. But that invisibility spell was placed perfectly. However, the troops do not get there to help out the Royal Champion in time. In fact, they are taken out, and he will fall short in the end. But honestly, it does not matter. We said it time and time again. A 2-star in a situation like that is worth more than any 3-star you will ever get. And that's why we hear the cheers all around for Clash Champs.
Clash Champs being the first team to make it to the Grand Finals in this year. We can see Clash Champs fans are celebrating in the arena. And this was just incredible, impressive from both of those teams. But can REPOTTED get now their first 3-star? Because remember, REPOTTED is in the upper bracket. This means they have to play another match later today. And finishing on a 3-star would be, at least momentum-wise, something nice for them. And it's their star player going last. Temper should go in, and he is ready.
Temper is ready indeed, and it's another Queen Charge Lalo, and it's a ring base. It's very interesting because that is the only ring base we have seen from Clash Champs. So they probably have expected a certain entry and onto this base.
I am quite confused, to be honest. But hey, we have seen this setup of Rage Towers and defenses already in a lot of high legend bases, but not in this specific overall setup of a ring base. So it's more compact on this one. We have more of those anti-boulder walls in the core, but still, we have what makes this base so dangerous. It is the stacked defenses, and this Queen loses her ability early on.
Yeah, once more a early ability that is being forced by the defenses, and that is quite unfortunate, especially because we know that Tipa is one of the best Queen Charge players out there with an insane hit rate over the year, and now his Queen is not going the way he intended, I think, because she's stepping in the range of the Monolith most likely, and also having to take out these ice golems will take some time off the clock, while the rage spells he's using on his Queen might be running out. And look at this, he's investing, because his goal is to take out the Town Hall eventually.
Yes, but in the process of keeping his Queen alive, he turned her invisible. And this means the Expo locked onto the Flame Flinger. This Siege Machine not getting that much value. The Queen now finally is on the Town Hall, should take it down. But is that going to be enough? The Sweeper is pointing into the direction of his Lalo. The raged up area is still looking threatening. And this is going to be a really, really hard thing to overcome for the backhand.
I was just gonna say that I didn't like the rage spell he used on the Queen. Then I thought for a second she would at least be able to take off the Eagle Artillery so it cannot shoot one more time, but she didn't, so it's all about that Lalo at the bottom side. But there are so many defenses, so many traps. Air bombs left and right, and a sweeper sweeping away those balloons. And look at this! There's no more Lalo left. He's trying to enforce a little bit from the outside with his balloons. But Clash Champs are going to hold back REPOTTED, gaming a 5th time, which leads to a 10-star war for them. Even Temper, one of the best Queen Chargers in the world, was not able to take their base down. Another 2-star in the 80s.
Yeah, but this is what confuses me so much. I mean, ring bases, pros are always, like they're saying, well, ring bases are easy with boulders. Why don't you use boulders on this one? I mean, it's just so compact. One rage up boulder will be taken down so much. But the Queen Charge, losing that ability early on, is a huge problem. And yet again, another defense below the 90%. Those bases were incredible of Clash Champs, and they are just looking so promising. Not only on offense, which has been their strong point, but their defense is just looking astonishing.
That's right, but at the same time, a battle for the ages is going on. A minion versus a builder hard healing, but we can see it. This builder is being eagerly working on that multi-mortar, so it's not even losing any health.
Use that hammer builder, use it a bit quicker, and yep, there goes the hammer again. Nice job.
Nice job, indeed. But yeah, in the end, that was just a little joking around. Of course, unfortunately, we have just a 2-star, and that means Clash Champs are the match winner. As I said before, they're moving on to the finals.
That's right, they're moving on to the finals, but we still have to find out